Hi everyone, and I hope you are all fine, and welcome to Autodesk PowerMill. So we have already started the module number 4, which is all about the advanced finishing toolpaths and machining strategies. And we have covered the 3D offset finishing, constant Z finishing, corner finishing, and flow line finishing. So today we are going to start the parametric offset finishing, and let's see what are the parameters for the parametric offset finishing and how we can perform it. So let me give you an example or give you a hint that this parametric offset finishing and parametric spiral finishing, then pattern finishing, all these offset finishing and finishing operations are a little bit common to the flow line finishing operation, which we have done in the previous lecture. So let's get started and see how we can do the parametric offset finishing toolpath. So here we have the Autodesk PowerMill, and we need to load the model. So today we are going to load a model. So click on the import model and go to examples. We have a lot of examples here. So today I'm not going to take the calling.dgk file, but I'm going to take a moldcore.dgk file. Just click on it and open it. So what you see over here, there's some mold and it's a core over here. And what we are going to do is we're going to apply the parametric offset finishing operation on some of the region we have here. So let's create some operations over here. So for the parametric offset finishing, we need to create two patterns to guide the tool path, so that the cutting tool path will guide between these two patterns and finish that operations. So let's get to, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select some region like this region and this. So within that region, I'm going to do the parametric offset finishing. So just click on the pattern for, so before going to pattern, just go to block and create a block for that model. Click calculate. So we have created a block. Just click on accept to OK. And now we need to create patterns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this region and create two patterns for that. Okay. So right click, create pattern, and just click on the plus sign to get your pattern. So here we have the pattern number 1. So it's empty. We don't have any pattern looking here, but we just create a file. So right click and name it. Path 1. So I just tell you that we need to create two paths for the pattern for the parametric offset finishing. So just created path number 1. Just create another pattern, create pattern, and named it path 2. Okay, so we have created two patterns, but now it's time to select our geometry for the pattern. So for path 1, just right click and go to curve editor to create curves. So we have the editing tools over here. These are the editing tools and these are the creating tools. So what I'm going to do is, for easy purpose, let's select the composite curve and by tracing our surfaces and edges. So we have the cursor over here. I'm just going to select this point. So it states that this one is start and this one is going to be follow. Just go and reverse that. So because I have to follow from this point to all the way on downward. So just go and make it reverse. So here we have the start and just go on the other way. Just clicking on the next arrow. This is, and as you see that it's just going on the way. So just go back downward, just go back over here and just click here and click and just do this on that point. Okay. So we have a curve over here. Just see this. I'm just going to select this. So you see that this is our curve and this is path 1. Okay. So now it's time to create path 2. Just click on accept. To accept this curve, we have the curve over here. Now it's time to create another path which is all the way on that side. Okay. Just click on the path and go to curve editor. And now it's time to go select and composite curve. So I'm giving you another hint that if you have a symmetry object, as you see that it's all the way from the center, 2 halves, then you can also mirror your path 1 to the path 1. Okay, so you will get the easy access to create path 2 also. But for giving practices and exercise, just create another path over here. Click on this, just reverse it, and just go all the way. Click next, or just click on this arrow to follow your curve. That way, and that's it. Okay. So we have 2 curves over here. Just go and accept it and finish. So we have created 2 patterns, and between these 2 patterns, we are going to apply the parametric offset finishing. So let's go and click on the Toolpaths and go to finishing operations. And most of the finishing operations just follow the pattern commands to do this. Okay. And you'll see over here is the parametric offset finishing. And you see that there are 2 patterns here. And in between 2 patterns, the cutting tool path, just follow and take the tool and cut down the material and finish that, the model. Just go and select the parametric offset finishing. Click OK. Name it for easy access. Parametric offset finishing. So just go to work plane. Just we have selected the work plane as default work plane. Just no need to create a work plane. Just have a default work plane and go to tools. And as you know that we are going to perform the finishing operation. And for the finishing operation, you need the bar nose tool. Okay. So I'm going to select the 5mm bar nose. Okay, just give the 5mm and the length 25. Let's make it 75. Okay, machine tools limits, we don't need to apply the limits over here, and just go to parametric offset finish. So here it says that create start curves. So as you know that we have already created the path 1 for the starting curve and the ending curve for the path 2. If you don't create paths or in the patterns, just you need to click on this and create your new pattern over here and just do all the stuff which we have did earlier. The next thing is that the offset direction is along. Along means that this is the pattern, and along this pattern, or we can say that parallel this pattern, the cutting tool perform its operations. So the tool path will be along this curve. Okay. Or if you are going to select the cross, then the cutting tool will cross that curve and create that pattern. Okay. That will be the normal to the curve. Okay, so first we are going to select the along, and the limit position will be the tip or the contact position. That's we have. So just select the tip position, and the tolerance value should be the 0.01. We are going to perform the climb milling operation. We don't need any material to be left over, and the maximum step over. So for just example, I'm going to set the step over as a 2.5mm, as we have the tool dia is 5mm. So just select the 50% of the step over, and it will create a scallop height of 0.732233. So here we have. Now just go to the rapid positions. We have the default work plane, toolpath work plane, and just click on the calculate, just follow it and go to links. So go to links over here and set the links on the surface. So it will just select the tool and make the tool movement rapidly on the surface, not just go backward to the reference plane and the rapid side. So it will take a lot of time. So for the link section, I just select the on surface and make it scan. And go to feed as feed, set the RPM 20,000 and the feed rate of 3,000 and make the coolant flood. Just click on the calculate and see how it just looks like. So what you see over here, we have selected the along and our tool path is created between the two curves. Okay. So this is how the parametric offset finishing works. Let me show you how we can make the cross. Okay. Just go and refresh it. Go to parametric offset finishing and select the cross one. Okay. Click and calculate it. And what you see over here is the cross one. That will be the normal to the curve. Okay. So this is how the parametric offset finishing works. So you have to define whether you are going to perform this in a cross way or a long way. So better to set this on a cross way, as you know that we have this curve or the fillets around this area, and for finishing this should be done in a cross way, not better for the long way. Okay. So now it's time to set the maximum step over. So the less the step over, the less will be scale up and the more finishing will become. So let's make the step over of 0.3 millimeters and just calculate it. So as you see that it makes a very fine pattern on the surface. But you see over here that the rapid feeds will be on the surface. So just go in a single direction. Let me show you that it will take a single cut and then go back to its initial position, then it takes. It's not a zigzag operation. So just go to simulation and see how it looks like. Okay, so you see that. Let me slow down the feet. And it's take the cut, makes the on the surface, then it's take down. So taking the cut in a single direction, not in a dual direction, or we can say that in a zigzag position. So how we can create a zigzag direction and takes that the cut should be from start to end and then end to start position. That's very simple. Just go to toolpath, edit, and we have here the reorder process. Okay. So what we're going to do is changes the order and direction of toolpath segments. So we have the toolpath segments here. Just click on here. And you will have all the segments here and all the toolpath positions. Okay. So always around 272 positions. And you see over here that the direction is the reverse direction you want, or you want in the alternate direction. So this alternate direction means that it will convert the start point to end point and end point to start point. Okay, according to these positions. So just click on this once time. Okay. So it just implemented on the active toolpath. Okay, just click on cross or close and we have the toolpath in a reorder position. Okay, so this is how we can edit the toolpaths. Let's go and simulate it and it will create a very smooth simulation over here. And here we have the first cut and then the second cut. Okay, that's a zigzag position. Okay, So this will be the links between the surface, and the links will be on the surface. So this is how the cutting toolpath works, and hope you enjoyed the parametric offset finishing toolpath, and you have got the knowledge how we can perform the parametric offset settings. Okay, so that's it for the parametric offset finishing operation. Thank you very much.